Hi, I'm Keith.
And I'm Georgia.
And we're living a dream. Well, we left Wepapello Lake State Park this morning, a couple hours ago. And we had to take a little detour, go a little bit north to avoid the Cairo, Missouri bridge over the Mississippi, which is under construction. So I decided to go ahead and take about an hour detour up north. We got up into Illinois a little bit, and pretty soon we'll be going into Kentucky. Beautiful day, nice flat roads, blue sky. Not much of the smoke we were encountering several days ago, so it makes it nice. Mississippi River. Beautiful bridge.
Welcome to Illinois.
That's a big old freight train right there, man.
Yeah, they're double high.
That's a monster. Took them a while to get that sucker rolling. Okay, so we're crossing, they're dredging the river. So we're crossing the Ohio River, going from Illinois into Kentucky. A lot of trucks on the road today. Alright, we're traveling through Kentucky. We're still about 2 hours from Mammoth Caves, and just a beautiful 70-degree and sunny and clear day. And so far, Kentucky's very pretty. Hi, so we're at Singing Hills Campground here near Cave City, Kentucky. We got in yesterday afternoon. We're going over to Crystalonics Caves in a few minutes here to check that out, and then tomorrow morning we have tickets for Mammoth Cave National Park cave tour. So the weather here is perfect. It's like 70 degrees and sunny. This is a pretty park here. Got a pond out back. It's a private pond, so you can fish, catch and release. No license needed. We haven't done that yet, but we might. A little campsite here. It's a nice quiet. Say hi, Georgia.
Hi.
So we're on our way to Crystalonics Caves.
Now what we're going to be doing is going down the trail off that direction, come back here, and going off trail in that direction, come back here. So if you don't get the picture going down the first time, you get the picture coming back.
Block finish on the ceiling, huh? Mm-hmm.
Now, they're a little wet, so be careful on them. There's a couple tight squeezes up there. Crystal Lake. Well, there's a little fish around like this, and it doesn't fall from outside, it's formed by the rainwater cooling. Now, right now, we're in a pretty severe drought, we haven't had good rain in a month or longer. So when we do get good rain, the water can go and we can be schools up here. You know, we get one of those like 3 to 4 inches in a day. That's our little Mesa Verde village. What's really unique is the ceiling in this corridor. The honeycomb design. A lot of people ask, have things been painted or cemented or stuccoed in here? It's all natural. It's called anastomosis. Kind of a unique feature to this cave. You won't see it too many other caves. Cave crickets like to hide up in these little nooks and valleys. Ever since we started turning on lights, doing more tours, they have distanced themselves further in the cave. This is our enchanted forest. I see some black on that. That is manganese, another mineral picks up through the rock. And in general, the darker the formation, the older it is, the newer formation growth is more white. The unique structure to it, the different colors on it. See some cave coral up there, some more solar straws way up higher. Cleon, he called this the cave cactus. I was told this actually formed underwater. That's what gives it this unique appearance. This is drapery. It forms like this. It's formed just by water running down the edge, depositing its minerals before it drips onto that one. Now eventually those two will touch. Now this is our wedding cake formation. If you look up there, you see the little drips of water, always forming it, always keeping it alive and moist. You also see all these little delicate soda straws up here. Every one has a little drip of water on it. Now they're actually hollow inside, that's why they're called a soda straw. Now eventually the minerals will plug it up and the water will start flowing on the outside to make a stalactite. We have our Great Lakes around here, there's Michigan, Superior, and Erie off that way. This is a very unique rimstone dam and the ribbon design to it. You look at the water line, you see new formation growth. A very wet, active area with lots of minerals. Beautiful. Now we're gonna have a seat over here, but be careful, low head clearance area. You're gonna have to duck and step over the Great Wall at the same time. Flowing off towards the lake. Now that's what it takes to make a cave like this, lots and lots of water flowing through it over eons of time, slowly carving it out. It's called a solution cave. And then once the water recedes, the formations start. They're secondary, caused by rainwater, mixed with carbon dioxide, mixed with weak carbonic acid, it actually dissolves the limestone rock, leaves formation. Now Mammoth Cave is a huge cave. They're considered a dry cave. They don't have many formations at all, because they still got a sandstone cap where the limestone rock doesn't let the water penetrate to it. It's been around for quite some time. Now it's fairly dry and inactive right now. When Cleon found this place, he didn't take a lot of pictures, not a lot of documentation. When they put Fluid Snob Road in across the knob back in the 60s, that definitely lost the water flow to a lot of areas around here. People falling the woods, came up a bunch of leaves, also the water flow from one type of area. What's the honeycomb here? Well, that's all gold lake. In scientists say it's called by weathering. And weathering indicates basically just the water from the cave. Now, since we crossed over a bridge, you know what lives under a bridge?
Troll.
There's a troll.
Oh, this is gorgeous in here, isn't it?
You can walk around this room, just sit on the chair.
Our time at Crystalonics Cave was very enjoyable. We were there on a Wednesday, and the owner himself, Scott, was our tour guide. Scott has done amazing things with this cave, including all the stairs and railings he built himself, and it was a wonderful experience. The next morning, we drove into Mammoth Cave National Park. After entering the park, we stopped at the Sand Cave Trail. Georgia and I took the short walk back to Sand Cave. For 16 days in the month of February of 1925, the world focused its attention on this remote little cave in Kentucky as hundreds of people labored day and night to reach cave explorer Floyd Collins, trapped in a narrow passage of Sand Cave 60 feet below the surface. After digging down 60 feet, they dug a 12-foot lateral tunnel and broke through to Floyd, but he was found dead. 1 year later, the Southern Appalachian Commission would recommend that Mammoth Cave be added to the National Park System. Our next stop was the Mammoth Cave Cemetery and Church, which used to be in the town of Flint Ridge, a bustling community that was there for 200 years until the formation of the national park, at which time the residents sold, either willingly or unwillingly, their property and moved away, leaving only the church, the cemetery, and grave markers standing. Next, we headed over to Mammoth Cave for our scheduled tour. Because of COVID, you had to pre-purchase your tickets to Mammoth Cave, and there was really only one tour available. It was a self-guided tour that started at the historic entrance and went into the cave that way. It wasn't extremely long, but it was a nice little tour. The beginning of our tour in Mammoth Cave at the historic entrance took us down a long flight of stairs underground to a huge opening in the cave. This cave is relatively dry once you're inside, and you don't see the formations and things that we saw in the Crystalonics Cave. After the Revolutionary War, the United States did not yet command the respect in the world it wanted. In 1793, George Washington told Congress, "There is a rank due to the United States among nations, which will be withheld, if not absolutely lost, by the reputation of weakness. If we desire to avoid insult, we must be able to repel it. If we desire to secure peace, it must be known that we are at all times ready for war." It wasn't long afterwards that the British blockaded American coastlines, attempting to weaken us by stopping the flow of war goods, including saltpeter, which was used to make gunpowder. Realizing the mineral existed within the cave soils of Mammoth Cave, in 1811, the cave's owners put around 70 enslaved people to work, hauling thousands of pounds of cave soil from miles of passages to a rough wood and stone apparatus built in 2 places in the cave. There the mineral could be extracted, processed, and packaged for shipment to the DuPont company to make into gunpowder. Join us next time in episode 15 as we venture down to Bowling Green, Kentucky and visit the Corvette Museum and an underground river.